All right, number 6 says the director of a hospital emails an online link to all employees, and it lists the different jobs of workers at the hospital. And they're asking for their input on a new customer service program. What I want you to assume, and I'm going to change for next year, is I want you to assume that every employee that receives this email is required to go in and fill out the survey. So 2,456 emails are sent out to the hospital employees with a link to an online survey. Again, all employees have to fill out the survey. The computer system sorts the results of the survey according to each employee's job title. So after the results come in, the computer sorts it so that they have the results from doctors, from nurses, clerical workers, cafeteria workers, janitors, security guards, and so on. After they're all sorted, the computer randomly chooses 2 groups. In this case, it happens to be doctors and nurses, and those are the only 2 groups in which all of the results are actually going to be they're going to be read, and this is what they're going to assume that all employees at the hospital want, okay, for the new customer service program. So the population includes all hospital employees. And there could be more than one way to answer this. You could say everybody that receives an email from the director of the hospital with the survey link. What is the sample? Well, the sample is only all doctors and nurses. Remember, because I'm going to change this, we're going to assume that they had to respond. So all doctors and nurses. Those were the 2 subgroups that were selected. What sampling technique was used? So they grouped them according to similar characteristics. It happened to be their job title. Then they randomly chose 2 of the groups, and they recorded all the responses from everybody in that group. That is an example of a cluster sampling. Would the sampling method result be biased or unbiased? Now, your answers may vary, but I would suggest that this would be biased. Depending on what your role is at this hospital, you may have more personal contact with clients that come into the hospital. So I would assume that somebody that works as a security guard or a cafeteria worker or a clerical worker may have a different role and different experiences with customers than a doctor or nurses. So I think that it would be important to get feedback from all employees. It may be a certain percentage from each group before they decide how the customer service program should be implemented. And part E, explain a sampling method that would be non-biased and represent the population of, and this should be changed, can you cross this out, population of all employees at the hospital. Okay, turn to your partner right now. Think of a better method they could use. Go ahead.